Hi, I'm Mara Sanchez here in La Escena, and we're celebrating the opening of Latin Reels Film Festival. And we're here with Jesus Fernandez, its founder, and the person that's making it all happen. And tonight we'll get a chance to see the works of 4 different filmmakers from Latin America. Hi, Jesus. This is a big night for you for Latin Reels, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Thank you for coming.
Oh, it's a pleasure. So, I'm interested in knowing how Latin Reels came to be.
It's really interesting because I came with the idea of founding Latin Real because I think that there is a need of a space and visibility for the Latin American Latino community and especially the filmmaking community across the world. And I think it's a need to show those films and showcase those voices in New York. And that's why we came out with a series, and we're going to be year-round going to all the boroughs and different venues in New York City.
Oh, that's wonderful. And I read in your bio that you're from Cuba, and I was wondering if that influences your cinematic eye.
I studied film in Cuba, and I worked in Cuba for many, 12 years in film, and then I moved to New York to coordinate documentary for Night in MoMA. And I do have to say it has influenced my filmmaking, but also my curating side, and I'm bringing all that into the series as well.
And I really like the fact that you say it's about Latin storytelling, because we are storytellers. And so I was wondering, from a director's point of view, what are some of the elements that grab you when you're considering a film for your Latin Reels Festival?
I honestly believe in the authenticity of the voices of the stories and what they portray and the visions that they narrate. And I do think that bringing that up to audiences and connecting with those films and having the people connecting with them, I think it's important. And I try to also find compelling stories that are universal and bring a message to broader audiences.
Next, our interview with director of Verde, Victoria Rivera.
The story came about from a friend of mine who's a writer, Netta Jabelli, about the last time 2 sisters take a bath together. So we really wanted to talk about a coming-of-age story, not based on a first, but a last of something. And we basically just built up the day that leads to that. So it is a coming-of-age, but it's also a story about 2 sisters starting to separate, starting to make their own ways, about growing up, about being shut out of worlds and making your own.
I like the use of metaphors in your films. The caterpillar, the color green. What are your thoughts about that? Was that intentional?
Some of it was, and honestly, a lot of it wasn't. I think children relate beautifully to animals, especially when they're feeling shut out from other worlds. I think that animals is, at least when I was a child, it was kind of my refuge. And so the idea of working with a caterpillar didn't come from the metaphor, but of course then we kind of realized that it was, in thinking about the metamorphosis a caterpillar has transforming into a butterfly. And the name of the film, Verde, of course it relates to somebody still being pretty green, the change that she's going through, the fact that she isn't yet where her sister is, that she isn't mature, that she's still in a different place that maybe her sister isn't at anymore.
Hi, we've had a great time here at the Latin Reel Film Festival, and we're hoping to see more of these wonderful filmmakers. Reporting for La Escena, I'm Mara Sanchez, and you can catch our show on www.enlaescena.com. Hasta luego.